Okay, we're ready. Since you're the only people we have, we are going to get started. Welcome to the October 14th, 2024 meeting of the Montgomery Township Board of Supervisors. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you will join us, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Couple announcements. Autumn Fest is this Saturday, October 19th, from noon to 5 at William F. Mall Park at Windlestray. While there are no fireworks this year, we invite you to join us for many of your returning favorites, including inflatable amusements, hay rides, pumpkin decorating, scarecrow making, helicopter landing, police canine demonstrations, face painting, pony rides, petting zoo, and police fire department displays. Follow our social media and check our website for more details.
And I'd like to acknowledge National Hispanic Heritage Month, which has been celebrated from September 15th to October 15th. And it started when President Lyndon B. Johnson issued the first Hispanic Heritage Week presidential proclamation, September 17th of 1968. The U.S. government actually celebrates the countless contributions of more than 60 million Hispanic Americans, Latinos, Latinas, and Latinx identifying people to our culture and society. Hispanic Americans are the largest minority group in the United States today, and generations of Hispanic Americans have consistently helped to make our country strong and prosperous. The community has left an indelible mark on the government, culture, and economy. During National Hispanic Heritage Month, we recognize the contributions and the important presence of the Hispanic and Latin Americans in the United States, in Pennsylvania, and in Montgomery Township. We say thank you. And one other acknowledgement. In 1989, Congress declared the month of October to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This is the national campaign dedicated to raising awareness about domestic violence in a national effort to uplift the needs, voices, and experiences of survivors. As we heard from the Montgomery County Prothonotary Noah Marlier at our last meeting, those who experience domestic violence may choose to file for a protection from abuse order, which protects victims from physical abuse at the hands of family members, domestic partners, and sexual partners. These orders are issued when there is bodily injury, attempted bodily injury, or placing another in reasonable fear of imminent serious bodily injury. It's important to note that domestic violence does not discriminate. People of any race, age, gender, sexuality, religion, education level, or economic status can be a victim or a perpetrator of domestic violence. That includes behaviors that physically harm, intimidate, manipulate, or control a partner, or otherwise force them to behave in ways they don't want to. This can happen through physical violence, threats, emotional abuse, or financial control. There is stalking, there's digital abuse, which includes verbal or emotional abuse, which is conducted via email, text, or social media. And this can include stealing another's identity. We've also, with my work at MCAP, with the children of immigrants, a lot of them come with no immigration status, and the perpetrators will threaten to call the authorities by stealing or hiding the immigration documents. So it's an awareness that we all need to have, and October is that month to be aware of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I would just recommend to all the ladies out there, if you haven't had your mammogram and taken care of yourself, please do it. It can save your life. One last announcement on my part. If anyone gets a chance this coming weekend, I know we have our own Autumn Fest, but we took a ride to the Tylersport volunteer fire company over the weekend, where our own Jerry Doherty is driving his tractor on a haunted hayride, and it was great. It's a very well done, completely volunteer run event, and can't say enough about it. They'll be doing that again this Friday and Saturday night. It's like 10 miles from here. It was easy and really great. Some good scares, but good for all ages. All right, moving on. Is there any public comment? Anything that is not on the agenda tonight? Seeing none, we're going to move on. Next thing is our consent agenda. I'm going to move to approve the consent agenda as presented for the following: minutes of the September 23rd, 2024 board meeting, ratification of payment of bills on October 7th, 2024, escrow release number 1 for Atlas Broadband Solutions LLC, escrow release number 3 for Baratia Temple Phase 2.
Second.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Going into public safety, we have recognition of Fire Prevention Week. William Wegman, Fire Chief.
Good evening. Since 1922, the National Fire Protection Agency has recognized Fire Prevention Week. In 1925, President Calvin Coolidge proclaimed it a national observance, making it our country's longest-running public health observance. This year's theme for Fire Prevention Week is Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work for You. The department will engage in various fire prevention activities throughout the month to promote fire safety in our community. These events include the Township's Autumn Festival, school presentations, fire inspections, business staff training, and other activities. The department kicked off Fire Prevention Week by partnering with the American Red Cross for a Sound the Alarm event in Neshaminy Falls. During this event, the participants visited 100 homes, installed 226 smoke alarms for 146 township residents. Staff recommends that the Board of Supervisors recognize 2024 Fire Prevention Week.
Thank you so much for doing all that and for taking care of the residents at Neshaminy Falls.
No
We all
problem.
appreciate that.
No problem.
I'm going to move to recognize Fire Prevention Week in Montgomery Township and thank our Department of Fire Services and FDMT for their work to promote fire safety throughout our township.
Second.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Planning and zoning, review of zoning hearing board application, Marianne McConnell, zoning officer.
So in your packet this evening is an application before the zoning hearing board at their November 6th, 2024 meeting. The board may remain neutral on the application, let the zoning hearing board render a decision based on the testimony presented, or the board may send the solicitor's office to oppose an application. This action would require a motion, second, and vote of the board. So the application we have is Montgomeryville Mitsubishi, which is a second motor vehicle agency located on Bethlehem Pike, adjacent to the Acura dealership. They are requesting a second freestanding sign along Bethlehem Pike where one is allowed per street frontage by code.
Does anyone have any reason that we should worry about this? I think we leave this to the zoning hearing board.
Agreed.
Agree.
Okay. You can go. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, moving on. Administration and Finance, request authorization to purchase AV upgrades to police roll call room. Rich Greer,
Good evening.
nice to see you out here.
Out of our closet. Here we go. Yes, we have a couple agenda items. First on the list is the AV upgrade for the police roll call. For 2024, staff had put in $15,000 in the budget for roll call AV upgrades to enhance the police roll call room's video conferencing capabilities. A quote from New Era Technologies dated April 24th, 2024. For AV upgrades includes a total installation cost of $12,384. The project will include integration of Microsoft Teams room functionality, as well as Zoom and WebEx and all the other ones out there, allowing for seamless video conferencing and remote participation. We're going to be keeping the current TV as part of that project, and we're going to be enhancing it with some microphone and camera capabilities. It is recommended that the Board of Supervisors approve the quote for the roll call AV upgrade for New Era Technology, an authorized vendor on the CoStar's cooperative purchase program, at a total cost of $12,384.
Look at that. Something is under budget.
Saving
Wow.
money.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you. I am just curious though, what types of meetings does this facilitate that we weren't able to do before, or how we were conducting those types of meetings that did require any kind of conferencing?
Currently in the roll call room is just a large 82-inch flat screen, and that's it. I think we have some Apple TV device hooked up to it for some presentation features, and that's it. We have a PC hooked up to it. Now they're going to be able to do two-way communication, see the remote people, and they're going to be able to see the people in the room, and it's going to enhance their training capabilities as well. So they'll do a lot of that Teams integration for training and webinars and such. So it's really just a static TV and then that they put a PowerPoint on. That's it. That's the only functionality that's in their currently.
Sounds like a great upgrade. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this one approved. I'm going to move to award the contract for the purchase and installation of the roll call AV upgrade video conferencing from New Era Technology under the CoStarz Cooperative Purchase Program, CoStarz number 034E23388, at a total cost of $12,384 per their quote.
Second.
Any public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
On to the next.
Second, we have some office IP phone upgrades. Our current system was installed way back in 2012. We've done numerous upgrades since then to the current voice system throughout the municipality. We run in a VIA IP office system. So one of the things we're looking to do as we talk about a COOP program, which the chief has been working on, those chiefs, I should say, disaster recovery planning, is to get our voice capabilities in the cloud, or at least a little bit in the cloud, some sort of redundancy. Right now we have a static voice IP desktop phone system. I'm going to integrate some cloud features in that. This phone system has served us very well. In my experience, you usually upgrade a phone system every 10 years. This one's, like I said, 2012, so it's well over 12 years of production and going. It's doing very well for us. So what we'd like to do is try and keep that system and slowly wind down with new staff members, maybe putting them on the cloud systems. So what we did was we're looking to upgrade the current system and get ready for some cloud upgrades next year. So we budgeted a couple different items in for 2024. One of those was for IP cloud migration and cloud phone upgrades. There were two different line items totaling $26,000. So the current of IP office systems are running version 10. Now it lacks those features to integrate with the cloud. We're going to be going to version 12. It's going to improve performance. We're going to get full support on it, which is great because our current phone system has no support because it's end of life, the versions we're running. And it's going to give us some, as mentioned, cloud-based services. This upgrade was the first step towards integrating cloud-based phones into the township's voice network. A quote from New Era Technologies dated September 19th, 2024, outlines the cost for the IP office upgrade, including upgrade preparation, remote engineering, on-site installation, and professional services. The total cost, as quoted by New Era, is $19,586.05. It is recommended that the Board of Supervisors approve the contract awarding for the IP office upgrade for New Era Technology, an authorized vendor on the CoStarz Cooperative Purchase Program, at a total cost of $19,586.05 per their quote.
Great.
Does this software include the application that can be downloaded to your phone?
I'm sorry?
Does this have the capability? Does it have an app that can be downloaded to a phone or a mobile
Has
device?
soft phone capabilities. It's not one of their strong features. You can put the software on your laptop and have it ring. What we're hoping to do is upgrade the current desktop phone back end so that you could do something like install Teams on your phone, and that would integrate with the Avaya system. So you could push a button on the phone, and now your laptop or your cell phone becomes your office phone and has all those features with voicemail, 4-digit dialing, and all that. That's the thought behind that. But they do offer
They do have an app
soft phone
like us.
capabilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how our office is configured, and we really enjoy that flexibility.
And what are you using, Avaya systems or Cisco or something like
No,
that?
no, just, we're using Google Voice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a great program.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, anybody, any other questions? I'm going to move to award the contract for the purchase and installation of the IP office upgrade from New Era Technology under the CoStarz Cooperative Purchase Program, Co-Stars number 034E23388 at a total cost of $19,586.05 per their quote.
Second.
Any public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much, Rich.
We don't have to have a handset at all anymore.
That's the goal.
And saving money twice, I might add. Thank you.
The last thing we have is number 10. Since Carolyn's not here, I am going to take care of this. Update to authorized bank signers and administration of township depositories. Background is on January 2nd, 2024, the board approved resolutions 2024-01 and 2024-02, which identified the approved township depositories and authorized bank signers. The designated township depositories are as follows: Univest Bank and Trust Company, governing bank account and capital projects account; TD Bank, government banking accounts; US Bank, custodian of investments for Montgomery Township Police Pension Fund. The personnel authorized to sign checks on behalf of the township include chairwoman of the board, vice chairwoman of the board, township manager, and finance director. It is recommended that the Board of Supervisors update the list of authorized bank signers and personnel allowed to administer and manage the township depositories as follows. Remove Brian Shapiro as an authorized bank signer and administrator. Authorize Carolyn McCreary to act as both an approved check signer and administrator for all township banking accounts and investments. Update the list of authorized bank signers to include all current members of the Board of Supervisors. This obviously is coming about because Brian is no longer with us. Anyone have any questions?
Do we feel as if item number 2, authorizing Carolyn to act as both an approved check signer and administrator for all of the bank accounts, exposes us to any sort of risk? Are there other checks and balances in place to, not that I suspect Carolyn of doing anything untoward or inappropriate, but in our own best interests, does that provide us with the appropriate checks and balances to guard against anything like that? I guess I'll direct that to our solicitor.
I mean, certainly it is set up to be a checks and balance system. So, I would imagine there are additional protocols within the checking systems. You will still have a finance director at some point in time that will be assumingly going through all the checks and the bills to be paid or to be issued. And if there's a flag there, they'd pick that up. There's also the audits as well.
Yeah.
So obviously, if Carolyn wanted to take a lot of money and skip off to another country and we never see her again, then that'd be easier for her to do. But I think over a long period of time, it isn't something that is a realistic possibility that's ongoing. Under the system.
And this would just be temporary until we appoint a new finance director.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be as long as you'd like to have. I mean,
Okay.
it would have to be another amended resolution at the time to change that.
Okay.
And certainly you as the board have the opportunity to review.
Mhm. Yeah,
Of
course.
As well, if you also had additional protection that want to look into that.
I mean, we do see the bills and approve the bills at every meeting. So,
yeah, true.
I mean, if anyone wanted to temporarily put a third signer in there, we certainly could, but I don't feel that we need to.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
If my colleagues don't see any issue with it, then I'm willing to, let that go.
Is everyone okay? You're good?
Yeah.
You're good? Okay. I'm going to move to authorize the updating of the authorized bank signers and administrators as outlined above.
Second.
Any public comment? Seeing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any old business? Do we have any new business? I'm going to move that we adjourn.
Wow.
Second.
7:19.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Do we need to give this information to somebody about to get on the signing information?
Because we're all at it now.
We're already on there.
Yeah, I think.
There were some highlights.
That
Yeah,
was one of the additions, I believe, that before it was
Okay.
just the chair and vice chair, but one of the
Now it's
additions is to
everyone.
have
It's
everybody.
everyone.
Okay, perfect.